Okay, so I wanted to just talk a little bit about how mindfulness that we create in practicing ethical conduct relates to the mindfulness that we practice when developing concentration and wisdom, and also the same about introspective awareness. So the higher training in ethical conduct involves keeping precepts. To keep precepts, we have to develop our faculties of mindfulness and introspective awareness. Taking precepts is easy, keeping them is challenging, right? So first of all, we need to remember them. That's the mindfulness aspect. And so to remember, you know, what our precepts are, how we want to act and speak, how we don't want to act and speak, and keep that in our mind all the time as we're going through our daily life activities. And then we also need to check up on whether we're following that or not. And so that's where the introspective awareness comes, of being aware of our physical and verbal actions. Then that, developing mindfulness and introspective awareness in that way, is a very gross way of developing them, and we have to make them stronger and more subtle when we start the higher practice, the higher training and concentration. Because when developing concentration, then mindfulness refers to remembering the object of our meditation. So whether we're meditating on the breath, or emptiness, or bodhicitta, or visualizing the Buddha, or whatever it is, we have to have mindfulness, which is a mental factor that places our mind on that object in such a way that it can't get taken away by distraction or by dullness. So that mindfulness at the beginning is very important, because if you don't have that at the beginning, you don't even put your mind on the object you're meditating on. Okay? And we can see many times in our meditation, we don't even start the meditation session out correctly, because we don't start out putting our mind on the object. Then once we start out with our mind on the object, then we need to check up from time to time using introspective awareness, and that is the mental factor that checks up. Am I still on the object of meditation? Is my mind sharp? Is it clear? Is my attention wandering? Is my focus getting dull and blurred? Am I getting drowsy? You know, have I switched to another object of meditation? Am I chanting another mantra when I should be chanting this one? Yeah, and so we have to have that mind that checks up and sees if we're still on the object we intended to be on. Okay, so there you can see is another use of introspective awareness that is really important in our meditation practice. And so similarly, then when we go from the higher training and concentration and add on the higher training and wisdom, then we have to deepen our mindfulness and our introspective awareness even more, because there the mindfulness takes on a quality of wisdom where it really helps in the process of discerning and discriminating phenomena. Okay, so the mindfulness goes a little bit deeper there. And then also the introspective alertness plays the same function of, you know, are we on the right object? Yeah, if we're meditating on emptiness, am I on emptiness? Or has my mind gone into a state of dull laxity, or into non-discursiveness, or blank-mindedness, or la-la land somewhere? Okay, so you see that these mental factors of mindfulness and introspective awareness start out we start out developing them in a coarser way with the higher training in ethical conduct, and then they get more powerful and more subtle in concentration, and even more powerful and subtle when we get to the higher training in wisdom. Okay, so that's why another reason why how those three are related, the three higher trainings are related, and why they're presented in that specific order. Okay, but like I said before, as we may do all three at one time, but we focus more on the one that is our chief thing at that time, but we have to keep all of three higher trainings in mind.